Hello and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. It's 6:12 a.m. Central Standard Time. January 12th, January 12th, 2019. We are in the carnival season. Carnival time of meat. I did eat a Whopper Junior yesterday. All right, anyway, irrelevant. I have Bellows Club whiskey, introduced at some point in history. The company was founded in 1830. Then they were bought out at some point, and this is the Jim Beam production version. When Suntory bought Beam and it became Beam Suntory, then they sold off that Bellows line over to Luxco of St. Louis, Missouri. They do still make some blended whiskeys at Beam Suntory, like Kessler, which they list on the website. Kessler, a popular American blended whiskey. Beam's 8-star, which for whatever reason they do not list on the website. All right, now we're going up against 75 South. Say, never heard of that. Yeah, it's from Sazerac. It's an Albertsons grocery chain brand. Albertsons, Super Value, Safeway, Julasco, Amigos, and they have so many stores. You'd have to look on their website and you'd say, whoa, look at all those stores. Now, some states, and I guess most states, grocery stores are not allowed to sell liquor, so you couldn't get it. But some states are more liberal in that sense, like Louisiana is very liberal when it comes to alcohol. And so generally, I mean, some parishes, we don't have counties, but some parishes, especially in the Protestant North Louisiana, be a lot stricter. But in general, grocery stores can sell, and especially in this parish, Tangipahoa Parish, East Baton Rouge Parish, Orleans, Jefferson, they can sell alcohol. All right, so this is a brand you may find at one of those stores. 75 South. Why is it called 75 South? I don't know. It has something to do with Interstate 75 that runs through Kentucky, and there's something, probably a facility located on the southbound side of the interstate highway. Gabe Celaya says hi. Hi, Gabe. Blended whiskey. It says there's this little thing at the bottom here. This little band, and it says, it's dark in here, you know, it's dawn, but it's always darkest before dawn. And it's daylight is just starting to glimmer. But it says this blended whiskey was created from the finest ingredients. Says who? The company. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. The finest ingredients, that's why it's $5.99 a bottle. When I bought it, $6.50 now. Our traditional process of compounding superior flavors is the pride of the South. The pride of the South. I live in the South. And promises to deliver a robust taste and exceptional experience. Okay, I normally would read that faster if I could see it. All right, so it's a pretty nice label. It's just there's no texture to it. There's just adhesive paper onto the bottle, and then over there at the top it gives you the information about, or does it? Usually they'll talk about, you can call this number, oh, here, the Founders Company, Louisville, Kentucky. That's a bottling plant, and there is no such company. It is Sazerac. Okay. And you'll notice a lot of liquors, if you just check around, whiskey, gin, rum, tequila, whatever. Liqueurs, it'll say the Founders Company, all right? And then we got the Bellows, like I said. All right. So the modern Bellows, it'll say St. Louis, and then the older ones say Clermont in Frankfort, Kentucky. Frankfort, the Jim Beam. Now, when I went to Frankfort, Kentucky, these guys at this liquor store were telling me, it's like a delivery man. You know, he was saying, you could go to Beam, you can go to Jim Beam and take a tour. I was just over there. And he was delivering, you see. But they don't give tours there. He goes in and out probably because he's delivering. And I guess he was under the impression that you could visit. But there's nothing on the Jim Beam website, Beam Suntory, that talks about a tour at Frankfort. And to be even more frank, to be even more Frankfurt with you, they don't really even give tours at their distillery. If you go to Claremont, Kentucky, it's like you can take a tour of the Jim Beam experience. It's sort of like a showcase, kind of like the early times tour over there in Louisville. It's not the real distillery from my impression of it. And then you got to make a reservation a day in advance and all this. I was like, I'm not doing that. It's like when we went up there, Maria Devon and I, the girl next door, we went up there to Rochester, New York to tour Genesee, NAB, North American Breweries, Genesee Brewery. But you don't get to tour the brewery. It's a big waste of time. I mean, it's interesting to see it, like, oh, look at the big brewery. And you go in there where they have the restaurant and the little gift shop. They're trying to sell you gifts, you know, and like a little tasting, a bar room, a lounge is what it is. A tavern, whatever, a pub, whatever you want to call it, a brew pub. And they got this little showcase brewery where they brew some Genesee craft style beers. But it's just, you're just looking off this balcony into it. The man was going to let us down there, but he said they were cleaning it. It was too wet. We'd slip. But I mean, I didn't need to go down the steps to look. You could see it. There it was, right in front of you, the whole thing. And then the brewmaster, and that's why she wanted to go. She wanted to meet this man personally because they had talked on the internet, and she was all excited that she got to meet him. Then like a month later, they announced he wasn't going to work for them anymore. Whether he was pushed out or he quit, I don't know. He was very nice to us. But he was complaining about the hazy IPAs. He was saying, this is garbage, you know. This is the brewmaster telling us this. He let us try it, and I said, it tastes good. But he was saying, this is garbage. Beer's not supposed to look like this. They're making me, you know, they're making me produce this. Which obviously they could since they owned it, and he didn't. He worked for them. But he was very unhappy with that. And so that was interesting. But the whole point of that little rant I just made, or that story, hey, Maxwell, happy birthday, right? Over there in Russia. The point I'm making about that is you can't tour Genesee. I wanted to go tour Genesee, go in there, see how they make the ice beer. See, and then he did explain how that's done, and that was interesting. But I want to go see the actual operations. But oh, no. They don't let you do it. If you go to Anheuser-Busch in St. Louis or Anheuser-Busch in Houston, Texas, yes, you get to see everything. Well, a lot of things. Go to Shiner, you get to see all the laboratory, everything. Carbach, same thing. Get to go all through the guts of it. Barton Distilling, you know, Barton 1792 whiskey in Bardstown, Kentucky. Yes, get to see everything. All the stuff you'd really want to see. Go to Buffalo Trace, or you can't see everything there. It might take 5 hours, but you could. They still take you on about a 2-hour tour, and you get to see a lot of stuff. So, Jack Daniels, it's pretty good. You see a fairly good amount, but it costs you $17. So, and they give you way less than this to taste, like an ounce. I don't know. I was disappointed in it, but at least I could say I went. Okay, I went to Jack Daniels. All right, and it was fun watching the Scottish tourists get into a big argument with the tour guide, and he was prickly and defensive, and that was fascinating on its own merits. All right, well let's do the taste challenge, shall we not? First, I need to look at it. This one's darker than that one. Is it a big difference? No, but it is a shade darker. Okay, I got to take a little sip. Why? Well, I had to even it out. I think that just from the sip, I think that's the 75 South. I haven't mixed them up. Yeah, 75 South. You could tell it's just like a, well, we'll get into all of that. But I'm going to try to mix them up very, very well. I should have been mixing them while I was talking. I'm still trying to go to every Catholic church in the New Orleans area. All the churches in Orleans Parish, and then all the ones that touch Orleans Parish, like St. Bernard, or close to New Orleans, though, not like Violet, which is way down the river. So I mean in the what I consider the New Orleans area, New Orleans and the little suburbs next to it. I went to Wagaman, the church in Wagaman. I can't remember the name of it. I went to 4 o'clock mass. Very family-oriented church. But that would be like iffy if that's really the New Orleans area. You know what I mean? That's stretching it. People will claim we're in the New Orleans area. Where I live is the metro area. It isn't really. It is not. It's the river parishes, which are those parishes along the river between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. I mean, yeah, I'm 29 miles from the Superdome. From my driveway to the Superdome is like almost literally a straight line. 99% of that travel, but it's 29 miles. I'm not in the New Orleans area. All right. Anyway, enough of that. So, but I wanted to go to mass at all of those churches, and I think I have 13 left. 13. Done all the ones on the east bank of the Mississippi River, except for St. Mary's Chapel, the Tulane Chapel, the Loyola Chapel, and the Xavier University Chapel. So that's 4. And the St. Nicholas of Myra Byzantine, Carpatho-Byzantine Eastern Catholic Church. Some people say, oh, you mean Eastern Orthodox. No. We to the Eastern Catholic. They're in communion with the Pope. It's from the Eparchy of Pittsburgh, though. They're not part of the Archdiocese of New Orleans because it's Eastern, right? Eastern Eparchy of Pittsburgh. So that would be, I don't know, they might say, why are you here? You know, I'd be kind of nervous to go there. And then the rest are on the west bank of the Mississippi River. I've done all of Algiers, Orleans, New Orleans, west of it, because, you know, a lot of people don't realize New Orleans is also west of the Mississippi River. I'm talking about the actual city is west of the river. And that part was not damaged during Hurricane Katrina. You know, you see Hurricane Katrina with all the flooding and the horror. But the western side of New Orleans, on the west bank of the river, which is actually east of New Orleans, because the river curves, you know, they didn't even lose electricity during Katrina. You know what I mean? Like, they're sitting in their living room with the air conditioner on, watching TV and seeing people a mile away drowning and dying and everything. So it was such a bizarre experience. All right. So there you have my vlog, my church. So then there's 2 of them left that are all Vietnamese. And I've been to 3 Vietnamese masses, and they're very nice, but I don't really understand what they're saying. I don't speak Vietnamese. And one of at Our Lady of Lavang mission, the man comes up with a songbook. He says, he's about to hand me the songbook, and then he says, "You do not speak the Vietnamese language, do you?" And I said, "No, I do not." He said, "Well, you don't need the songbook. It's all in Vietnamese." Why did he say that? Because I'm white? Yes. Was he correct? Yes. Did I get offended? No. But I don't have, you know, I'm not stupid, so why would I get offended? Some people would because they have no brain. All right. Really nice church, too, by the way, Our Lady of Lavang. Okay, this is the 75 South, and I'm going to tell you why. Aroma only, I've got it. I've got it. You think all blended whiskeys taste and smell the same? You'll be very wrong. Now, I'm not talking about whether they're good or not. That's a different story. But to say they smell and taste the same would be a catastrophic mistake. This one's peppery. This one's spicy in that sense. It's got some menthol, mint, corn, sweet corn, like corn, what do you call those? Candy corns, the nectar, the dried flowers, all those things. But it's very mellow, and I'm not picking up rye. Now, when I sniff that the Bellows Club whiskey, it's gonna you're gonna see me jump back because of that strong and I would say really offensive rye attack. It doesn't appeal to me really. Now, when I first did the solo review by itself, standalone, I liked it. I said it was probably the second best American blended whiskey next to Seagram 7 Crown. But now I'm starting to have the second thoughts on it. Okay, well, now I'm starting to have second thoughts on my second thoughts, because over there, I talked about all those things you just heard, but here I'm smelling something that smells even more mellower. More mellower. Sweet corn. Sourdough bread. And I'm thinking that the 75 South is probably using sour mash bourbon as the 20% straight whiskey. And anyway, it smells more like a Sazerac product. Okay, all right, so here, yeah, you like sweet whiskeys, like they're kind of sugary in a way. You might like that, but I hope you like corn, maize corn, Indian corn, you know. Oh yeah, okay, all right, I got it. This is the Bellows, because it's a much stronger rye as it develops in the glass. I've got 2 of these glasses left. You saw I shattered one with the Glenmorangie fiasco, where it slipped out my hand and the bottleneck hit the glass and just shattered it. I said, oh my gosh. A week ago, and I'll wash these glasses with hot water, and I do such a good job washing them. It was in the drainer, you know, the drain, that little plastic thing where it slipped and it hit another glass. I mean, didn't hit it with much force, just tapped it. Well, that was it. It shattered it. Well, or cracked the top pretty bad. I said, man, these things are so flimsy. I appreciate John and Neely giving them to me, of course, but they have no durability. And if you're using them as much as I do, they're just bound to break. So I got 2 left, and if they make it a year, I'll be shocked. All right, taste time. Let's see if we got any comments besides those we already had. Thanks for the congratulations, says Maxwell. Oh, you're welcome. I remember when I was 27, because that was the age in which I started doing beer drinking. People would tell me, remember back in your college days when y'all would drink? And I was like, no, I didn't do that. Cornbread is so good. I love cornbread. It's got to be hot, though. Jeff Knapp said, I dropped one of those glasses 2 nights ago, and it literally exploded. Oh, yeah, it'll blow up like a bomb. I had glass all over that bedroom when that Glenmorangie hit it. Weeks later, I was finding little particles of that glass. And if you look down at the glass, it's red. The glass is actually red, like the color of red Mississippi soil. But you can't see that if you got it tipped, you know, normal aspect. But you look like that, it's red. Just like a lot of Coke bottle, if you can see it's green glass, greenish blue. Blue-green colors flashing. I could be your Coke bottle. I'm not going to be like Eric Fromfelter singing Elvis songs, though, on the internet. Well, I might, but not playing the guitar because I can't play guitar. And then Gabe's pirating their video. Gabe, I know what you're up to. Okay, now, taste time. Woo! Our Chihuahua. Holy moly, that's peppery and rye. I mean, that's just so sharp. Ah, yeah. You know, it's kind of like that Dave's Insanity sauce. Oh, it's so, I didn't like it because I'd be blowing my nose the whole time I was eating food, and I had to wipe my face with a towel. Did it taste bad? No. Did I use the whole bottle of the Dave's Insanity sauce? Yes. But it was too much. It was just like it was like a chore, right, to use it. And I like hot sauce. And I like rye. Sazerac rye whiskey, love it. And I'm sure the Canadian Club rye and all these other rye whiskeys are very good. But this one is just so I said this a few days ago. It's like somebody at Jim Beam made a prank. Like, let's just dump all this rye in here and see if anybody notices. How could you not notice? I mean, golly. Yeah, you really know what I'm up to. Ha ha, funny. Yeah, right. See? Now, this one here, has rye because it's made by Sazerac. And you know Sazerac has that high rye house style. And when I say that, I don't mean it's high rye. I mean it's just relatively high rye. A higher rye ratio than a blend ratio than you would have with other mass production distilling companies is what I'm talking about. So you can kind of tell a Sazerac whiskey. But this one over here is just so much. I mean, I don't know. Ooh, and I have a whole liter to drink. Look how much I have left. Oh no. Y'all got to come help me drink this thing because this is like, this is craziness. It's got bubbles in the glass. It's like old timey, man. It's from 1994. But ooh, I don't know about you, but I can't take it. I mean, I can take it. I'll finish the liter. I just say I don't want to take. You know what I mean? I can take it, but I just don't want to take it. All right. And it has like a spearmint. Why would whiskey taste like spearmint? And rye pepper, rye bread. This I don't know. Now my friend David was saying, you better not drink those old whiskeys. You're going to get sick. I said, no, I don't believe that. I don't think they'll go bad. They just might taste strange. It never made me sick. John Smith said, I'll take that. Here, I'll give it to you over the internet. Grab it. Oh, wait. We don't have that technology yet. I wish we did have that technology on the internet. Like you could just hand people stuff and they could take it because it would make it a lot more convenient for do beer trading and stuff, whiskey trading. But we don't have that yet. Well, there's a little melon, but it's so faint, so it doesn't predominate the flavor. So you get the rye here with the Sazerac, like it's rye. It's background. You get grain whiskey, but it isn't too powerful. Honestly, the flavor tastes like just standardized American whiskey, but not bourbon because it's not the heavy charred oak. Bourbon sometimes can bother me because it's just so corn oriented. And I was saying I ought to just eat a bowl of grits if I'm gonna drink bourbon. And now some people get so angry about that. You know, you're a fool. You know, bourbon is where it's at. You need to get hip. I'm not against bourbon, and I'm not against people that drink bourbon. And if people love bourbon, I would recommend they keep drinking it and enjoying it. I'm just talking about my feelings of it. Okay, and I think if we're not honest on these hangouts, then we may as well not do the hangouts. Why even do it if you're going to try to run for cover or use, you know what I'm saying, like try to fit in with what's current now. And Dave, ghost peppers or 10,000 Scoville hot sauce. Yeah, I mean, it's like, Gabe, it's too hot. There's no point to that. Can't taste the food. Now, you see this, if you keep drinking it, it'll mellow out. Like the first hit, though, is just like jumping in a swimming pool, you know, in the cold water in the summer. It just like, wow, it shocks you. And then you kind of acclimate to it. So you can acclimate to it. But that first sip is just, ooh. Now I'm past the first sip. I'm on the third or fourth. So it's kind of coming around. but it still has that underneath flavor. And I don't know what that underneath flavor is. I'm saying spearmint or even a Robitussin or more like a Vicks Formula 44D. You say Vicks Formula 44D. Yeah, I guess this is like Kentucky cough medicine or something. Hey, well, I would say that 75 South wins this contest, and I can't believe I'm saying that, honestly. Because when I did the solo review, you watched the solo review, you might have seen it. I was saying, oh, it's so good, it's so good. But now, in competition, though, it's, but that's why you got to do the blind taste test, because the competition can change the game, right? We're saying the Saints, oh, they're going to beat the Eagles. Look what they did last time. Oh, yeah. All right, well, we'll see about that tomorrow if they're going to really win. Because the talking doesn't win the game. The playing wins the game. So I had picked the Bears to beat the Eagles, but then guess what? I was wrong. Of course, the punt was blocked at the end. I mean, the field goal was blocked at the very last second. These things happen. Why did it come down to that? Should not have, but it did. And they beat the Bears. Okay, and everybody in New Orleans, they're all excited. The Saints, the playoffs. And I'm excited. And I'm picking the Saints. I think New Orleans is going to win, but I'm not totally confident in that. I am not totally confident in that. This, I was confident, and now that's all been destroyed. It's been destroyed. My confidence level in Bellows Club Whiskey has been very badly shaken. I can't, well, I'll say one thing about it. I can't say it's boring. It's going to be a boring taste challenge. I have a few left. I'm going to do the, I'm trying to think what's next. I believe Barton, or is it Barton coming up? Oh, well, whatever. It's the Sazerac, a bunch of Sazerac ones. And then I got the King Square. I know that's coming. That'll probably be Tuesday. And then the finale, the real showdown. And at this point, I don't know why it would be any kind of showdown. The finale is the Bellows Club Whiskey versus Seagram's 7 Crown. And I'm pulling for Seagram's. I want Seagram's to kill this. You say you're biased toward a whiskey and you're doing a taste challenge? I sure am. I'm heavily biased towards Seagram's 7 Crown. I want it to win. I'm cheering it on, and I hope it destroys Bellows, because Bellows has got me very put off by this strong rye attack. So you want to know, if I wear a Seagram's 7 Crown t-shirt and cap during the review, you'll know where I stand. Of course, I don't own that, but if I did, I'd wear it. Okay. You got too many weird flavors. Woo! I see why Jim Beam got rid of this. Ooh. I know what you're gonna say. Yeah, but it makes it interesting. It's better than the same old Drek. It is true. That's true. Now, I mean, I could drink a bunch of Heaven Hill blended whiskeys and just say, "Oh, look, it tastes like melon. Oh, look, it tastes like melon. Oh, look, it tastes like melon." But now this one though, it tastes like melon. You know, that would get a little boring. Woo! I picked up that corn column still corn grain alcohol on that last draw. Whoa, baby. Wasn't bad though. I literally watched them unload that corn from that truck. And then the lady was showing me this big hammer. It's like a huge hammer that they hit the corn with. Like bam, bam, bam. She said this grounds it into cornmeal. I was like, I believe that. And then they make the the whiskey from it. But I said, whoa, that must, it's just seeing this big hammer, you know, banging the corn, just bang, 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 bang. All right. And then she let us taste some of that pure corn distillate, the grain neutral spirits, uncut. Nearly 100% alcohol. Ooh. Take you to one knee, you bring you to one knee. I know that much. That's what they make the diesel out of. Diesel, that's the thing you can buy. Or Luxco sells Everclear, where they tell you on the website it's not made to drink. Don't drink it. It's a starter product to make your own beverages. If you're in high school and your friends say, let's do Everclear shots, don't do it, because then you'll die and you want to live and have a life. You know, you don't want to die at 18 from alcohol poisoning because you're an idiot, you know. So is that the fault of the company for selling diesel and Everclear? No. It's the fault of bad decision making. Like a $3,000 cognac, you can review the highest price of liquor in your store. Well, my local store, the highest priced beverage is probably that Johnny Walker Blue Label, which is $200. They've jumped the price up to $269. It was $250. Now, if I go to Metairie and in New Orleans, yes, I can buy cognac. What is it? Hennessy, Louis the 13th. Is that Hennessy? Louis the 13th. It's $3,800 a bottle. But I would never do that. I mean, I could do it. I have the money, but why would I be insane to do that? I'm not here to waste all my money. Can you do Spiritu? Yeah, I don't know what Spiritu is. Look, I got so many, Gabe, I got so many whiskeys and stuff lined up. There's no way I can, I shouldn't have bought that rum Thursday, but I couldn't pass it up. A liter for $7.99. It might taste bad, but I figure $7.99 a liter. Why not? Skull Virgin Islands rum. Yeah, I can get Skull vodka over here, and I can get Dobra vodka, but I really don't want to mess with vodka. All right, so Bellows Club whiskey. Oh yeah, I got a little Bellows left. Oh, it's like a peppermint. It's like those. No, not peppermint. Wintergreen. Yeah, like wintergreen, which is okay in a mint or gum, but I don't know about whiskey. Bellows Club whiskey. Ooh, I could tell them apart. That was no challenge. And I prefer 75 South. So, well, there you go. For whatever that's worth, there's the taste challenge. Woo. Man, oh man. Would I ever buy this again if I saw it for $8.99 a liter? Well, no, I wouldn't buy it again. I've had it. But I'm glad I bought it, because you don't know the experience until you do the experience, right? Oh, hey, Dancing Dog 60. He says Bellows Club whiskey sounds interesting. Oh, it's interesting. Now, whether it's good, that's a whole nother story. It is. It's arguably good. But there's no way, I don't think anybody could smell this and taste it and say it's just ordinary and dull. Even the aroma. Now, see, in the aroma, you're picking up a lot of heavy wood char. Now, that's strange, right? In the aroma, you're picking up that charred wood. It smells like bourbon in the aroma. Oh. Now, Gabe says it is Russian grain alcohol. Spirius means alcohol in Russia. It's 193 proof and 96% alcohol. No, thank you. No, thank you. Now, the 75 South in the nose, and then we're going to end this video. It does need to end. Yeah, in the nose here, it just smells like grain alcohol, sourdough bread, and corn liquor. Like, nothing bad. It just smells like run-of-the-mill American blended whiskey. And if you have drunk enough American blended whiskey, you know what I'm talking about. All right, well, that brings us to the end. So we've got the Barton coming up. Oh, I'll ask you one more question. Do you want to see that rum? Anybody want to see the rum? Anyone? 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 Got to tell me now. And you got 1 minute to tell me. Okay, hold on, Gabe. So here is the Dancing Dog said, oh, I finally found Schaefer again. Yeah, 1 F, no 2 Fs. A buddy from New Jersey brought me a 12-pack from New Jersey. Can't find it in Boston, though, Schaefer. We can get Schaefer Light pretty easily around here. And I haven't had Schaefer Light in so long, so I should say I had it this week. Oh, I miss Schaefer. Oh, boy, I used to drink that Schaefer like it was going away, and it did go away. I never dreamed Schaefer was going to disappear, though. I would go to the store and I'll buy those big suitcases, 24 cans for $7.98. They called it the Weekender. You might remember Schaefer, the Weekender. All right, now here we have the black, the Bacardi Black. What a beautiful product. $15.99 now. Of course, since I bought it, Mathern's got it on sale for $14.99. I said, oh, well, I feel played, but the aroma, it smells like Louisiana. And what I mean by that is, well, we're surrounded by sugarcane here. And that's what it smells like. Now, this other product here, haven't tried it yet, but I smelled it. It's the Skol Virgin Islands rum. Can you believe this? 1 liter at, yep, the same place. The fascinating world of international market, Metairie, Louisiana, who sells stuff nobody else has. I mean, what is the story with this place? Now we smell this. It smells like nothing, really. I'm not picking up any nose on it. Smells like, my father would say, inert. I said, what do you mean inert? He used to work at a chemical refinery. He says, you know, like inert gas, it's like it has no flavor or aroma. It's like a totally neutral item. It's inert. That's what he'll say. This food tastes like inert. So that rum doesn't look too promising based on the non-existent aroma, but that's, you know, we'll see. All right. Bacardi with Coca-Cola soda. No, I don't like to drink anything with Coca-Cola or any other soda because I can't stand soda. About 6 years ago, it was sold in 40 ounce in Boston. Yes, and in 2010, I bought a 40-ounce bottle of Schaefer in Baltimore on US Highway 40, eastbound. Dancing Dog says, wow, Skol. I actually had some Herb Saint from New Orleans. Ooh. Nice stuff. Ooh. Why are you drinking? Oh. Come on now. Why are you drinking absinthe? We had a guy who used to do hangouts with us all the time, every week from California. And he was, you could tell he drank a lot, but he says, I'm going to start drinking some. He started saying, I'm going to start drinking some absinthe. I'm going to start drinking some absinthe. And I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Wasn't too long. We never heard from him again. It was like he disappeared into the fog of, I don't know what fog it was. It went downhill quick. I begged him not to do it, but he did it. Now they got people around here to do it with sugar cubes. Well, I mean, you can go into that world if you want. It's like saying somebody telling me, well, I use heroin every day and I'm not addicted. Well, that's good. All right. Hey, man, says JD. Absinthe. Oh, no, 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 no. You won't ever see me doing that. Well, you might. You'll never see the channel continue. You just see me laying around somewhere out in a park. But I don't need that in my life. Oh, no, 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 no. All right. Well, this was a fascinating, some people say fascinating, huh? Yeah, thing. All right. Tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. I had forgotten ancient age preferred. I forgot about ancient age. So we got ancient age preferred, introduced in 1936 or sometime around there. We know the ancient age brand came out in 1936, even though the company thinks it's 46. I tried to correct them. They don't listen. Versus this Bellows from 1830. Well, the company, you know, blah, 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 blah.